about to start some chair yoga. Hi, Terry. All right. Happy Saturday morning, everyone. Although I must say that in our stay-at-home situation, every day tends to blur into the other. It's hard to keep track of what day is what. Oh, grab a seat, grab a chair. Make sure you're on a surface that the chair will remain stable and won't slide. So put the chair on a yoga mat, put the chair on a rug, something maybe other than a hard wooden floor, or even linoleum, right, where the chair might slide. I hope everyone is staying well under our current crisis, staying home, social distancing. I hope you're all using the time to maybe reconnect with your family that lives with you, if that's the situation you're in. And I hope if you're someone who lives alone, that you've figured out how to Skype and connect with others elsewhere. All right, I think we're probably about start time, so settle into your seat. Begin to round the sits bones downward, those points at the base of the pelvis. Make that firm, stable connection, and then find a comfortably active posture. All right, so not slouching, closing off room for the breath, but not bored straight, where it feels uncomfortable and tiring. Somewhat in between. Open up the front body. Make room for the breath. And then invite your eyes to close and invite your awareness inside. And before making any changes this morning, let's start by just observing. Notice things as they are. Start with the physical body. Notice any sensations at all. And cooped up at home is certainly a substantial change in our habits, our patterns. The effects can definitely be felt on the physical body. Just notice. And redirect your awareness to your breath. And again, before making any changes, simply notice the pace of your breath. Notice where within the body the breath is residing. Is it shallow this morning, perhaps up high in the chest? And notice the character of the breath, whether it's smooth and steady and strong, or perhaps not. Don't judge, just simply observe with curiosity, recognizing it's a starting point. And begin now to take intentional control of your breath. Begin to lengthen your inhales, lengthen your exhales. Let your belly go soft. Draw your next inhale deep into the abdomen Inflate the belly, fill upward, expand the rib cage. Continue to fill all the way up. Gently lift the collarbones. Feel the response of the body to the breath. Feel the shoulders rise as you inhale. As you exhale, feel your shoulders fall, settle, soften, and relax. Try to visualize and feel your breath moving on its path. Feel it enter through the nose. Maybe notice the temperature of the air this morning. Feel your breath strike the back of the throat, get directed downward. Feel the movement of the breath through the center of the chest. And then feel it fill from the bottom up, much like a liquid filling a cup. Check in with your jaw this morning. Let go of any clenching. Let the teeth part slightly and let the tongue settle. And release muscles of the neck and the shoulders. And let the shoulders settle. Let your arms go completely limp and feel heavy. Feel the heaviness of your hands in your lap. Let the legs relax. Let the large muscles of the legs fall away from the bone and settle. And continue for 3 more breaths at your pace. And at the bottom of your 3rd exhale, no rush. Whenever you're ready, keep your eyes closed, but join me with your palms together at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Let's set an intention for this morning's practice. Among the yamas and niyamas within yoga philosophy is santosha, meaning contentment. Sometimes happiness can evade us, but it's much easier to find contentment. We can be content with our life and our situation, content with ourselves, even if we're perhaps waiting on some changes. Open up the eyes and let's begin. Shift yourself forward. Give yourself a little space behind you, a few inches for some freedom of movement. And then take that right palm facing upward and reach forward and out and around. And do it with the left hand as well, reaching forward and and off to the side. And then just keep alternating. Keep it slow. Keep it comfortable. And as you continue, perhaps you can explore the kind of comfortable edge, feeling, finding a stretch. Moving not only the hand and arm, but getting the whole body involved in this simple movement. Let's do one more to each side. Nice. All right, take the arms down and then inhale them up. Palms together at the top, exhale down through center, and then just keep going at the pace of your breath. Lift up out of the waist, lengthening that spine, stretching muscles of the trunk, and let's do one more this way. And as you come down through center, let's just pause and reverse. Inhale up. Reach way out on the way down. And keep going. Let's start to wake things up this morning. Getting the body moving. Getting a little bit of blood flowing. Let's do one last one. Inhale up tall. Reach way out and take the hands to the chair seat or chair back behind you. Draw the shoulder blades together and open the chest. Don't let the head flop back, but rather keep that head and neck in alignment with the spine. And after your exhale, when you're ready, release the hands. Inhale up. Bend the elbows and curl downward, putting the forearms on your lap. Stay curled up. Take a great big inhale and feel the effects on the back body. A nice reminder that breathing is not only a front body activity. A nice reminder that breathing is an activity. And after your exhale, when you're ready, come on up. Nice. Take that right arm out to the side. Inhale up tall. Exhale gently over into a side bend. And then inhale right back up and bring that other arm with you. Exhale gently over. And keep going. Flowing from side to side with the flow of your breath. Remember, you don't have to match my pace. But the pace that feels comfortable to you. We don't have to do synchronized yoga. Let's do one more to each side. There, and come on up. All right, take the arms out kind of at 45 degrees. And sweep those hands forward, right in front of the chest, interlace those fingers. Roll the palms up as you inhale tall. And then release. And those arms get down to that starting point, sweep them forward again. Interlace, roll palms up, inhale tall. And just continue. Do one last one. Nice. And then interlace those fingers again and just get the wrists moving. Get things loose. There. And let it go and press the arms, the hands forward rather, with the fingers extended upward. Take an inhale. as you exhale, take those arms slowly out to the side, keeping those arms nice and straight, extending the hands and fingers upward. And then flex down and inhale up. Exhale, flexing down. Inhale up. Let's do it one more time. And then extend the fingers long, roll the palms upward, and then roll all the way around. And let's do that a couple more times each direction. And let the arms go. Bring the hands right on the lap. Inhale up tall. And then tuck the chin. Exhale, diving down and forward. Lift that gaze straight ahead. Inhale, arching up. At the top, tuck that chin, roll the shoulders forward. Exhale and press back at that spot right between the shoulder blades. And then when you're ready, dive down and forward again. Inhale, arching up into cow. Tuck everything in. Exhale and press back into cat. And continue with the flow of your breath. Try to get all of those little joints between the vertebrae articulating, moving. Encourage them to produce more synovial fluid, keeping those tissues supple and soft. Keeping those tissues healthy. Let's do one more each way. And then come on up. Nice. All right, hang one hand forward. Doesn't matter which one. Wrap around the thumb. Give that thumb a squeeze and then a gentle pull down and toward you, keeping the arms straight. And then release the thumb and go to the index finger. Give it a squeeze and gentle pull. Milking your cow. And then just continue finger to finger. When you finish that pinky, extend that other arm out, let the fingers hang. And again, start with the thumb. And then work your way across. And after that pinky, go back to the starting hand and extend the hand and fingers upward. Give that thumb a squeeze and gentle pull up and towards you. And just move finger to finger. And switch hands. Sometimes you find a little snap, crackle, pop. As long as it doesn't hurt at all, I like to think of those as little thank yous. Thank you, I needed to move. Make nice tight fists with those hands, and then roll them over and stretch those fingers wide. And just do that 2 more times. Nice tight fists. Roll them over and open up. And once more. Nice. All right. Sit tall, bring the fingertips to the shoulders, elbows up high, and start little gentle little twists. And normally we mirror the movement with the breath, but I actually want these shorter than your breath. Keep them short and fairly quick. Just waking up that mid-body, preparing for a twist. I call these washing machines, so think about the agitator and a top loader. And then start to swim your shoulders, and it doesn't matter if you're swimming forward or backward. Feel what's moving in such a simple movement. Feel the other muscles that get involved that might surprise you. And then reverse direction of your swim. Come to stillness. Take both arms out wide. Inhale and lift way up out of the waist. As you exhale, twist to your left. Lower the arms, put the forward hand on the outside of the thigh. Take that rear hand down to the chair seat. Press down to come up tall and straight. Your head and neck can go into the twist if it's comfortable, but it doesn't have to if there's any tenderness. Put it where it's comfortable for you. Keep your awareness on the muscles involved in the twist. See if you can use your exhale to bring a little softness to them. If you're struggling to do so, back out of your twist a bit and try again. And after your exhale, when you're ready, unwind, inhale up, lift out of that waist again. Exhale and twist to your right. Lower the arms, press down to come up tall. And remember, don't go too far into your twist. You want to find that sweet spot where you can bring a little softness to those muscles with your breath. After your exhale, simply unwind and let's shift back. So shift back in your seat, and we need our leg to dangle. So if you're seated all the way back and your leg is flat on the mat or flat on the floor, maybe sit on a folded blanket to elevate you a bit and allow that foot to swing freely, moving that knee joint, getting that synovial fluid moving around and coating surfaces, encouraging the body to manufacture more synovial fluid. And then when you're ready, hold that leg out. Stretch the muscles by pointing and flexing. And then go for some ankle circles. And then reverse direction. And switch sides. Swing that other leg. Notice when you first begin, is that knee a little crunchy? Is it making some noises at first? And does it seem to loosen up over a few swings? And then extend that leg forward, flex and point that foot, and feel the effects on the muscles of the leg. Come to stillness and start some ankle circles. Doesn't matter which way. And then reverse direction. There we go. All right, put the feet flat on the mat, which for me means I need to shift forward once again. And just lift the heels, come down and lift the balls of the feet. Ooh. And go back and forth. My ankles tend to be my tight spot, and they can definitely be a little crunchy for me. But it just means that I need to move all the more. There we go. All right. Now, take one foot, doesn't matter which, bring that foot close to the chair and lift that heel nice and high. Feel the stretch in the toes. And then put that foot back, bring the other close to the chair, lift that heel really high and stretch the toes. And release. shift forward on the chair if you haven't. Keep the left leg bent, foot on the mat, right? So it's a 90-degree bend, nice and sturdy. Take that right foot long, but not locking the knee, right? Keep it that little micro bend. Come down on the left forearm on the left thigh, and then controlling this movement, bring the body forward to stretch that right leg. And if doing this doesn't create any stretch for you, maybe you're particularly flexible, then come back up and stand that right foot on its heel, and then come forward and see if that produces a stretch. And then come on up, and let's switch sides. Bend that right knee 90 degrees, extend that left leg. Now you can start with that foot flat, that might be enough stretch for you, or if you know you're pretty flexible, you can stand that foot on the heel. Come down with the right forearm on the right thigh, and reach low with that left hand, and try to find just a comfortable, safe stretch. Remember, use that support of the right side of the body to control this movement. You don't want to hyperextend that knee on the extended leg. And then come on up. Nice. All right. Take the feet wide. Not the most attractive position, but it's going to be worth it. Okay. Take the knees wide. Come down on your right forearm on that right thigh. And then put the hand on the left thigh and press the body. Press your hand against that left inner thigh to press the body to the right. Lengthening the left side body, creating a stretch somewhere in that region. Could be a little different for everyone. Maybe along the side body, maybe along the left side of the back. And then come on up and let's switch sides. Put the left forearm down on the left thigh, right hand on that inner right thigh. Press with the right hand to bring that right shoulder forward and across, creating a stretch somewhere down the right side body or right side of the back. Notice how it feels. And then come up to center. Bring the feet narrower, about hip width. And lift the right foot and maybe cross it over the left thigh. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can keep that foot a little lower. You can put it on a yoga block if you happen to have one, but really any support will do. Put the outside edge of the right foot on the block and let the knee flop open for some hip opening. And just get in that position and just hang out. Don't push, don't force anything, don't pull that leg strongly. Just sit and be for a moment. Notice where this creates a stretch for you. For some people, it'll be right in the hip. For other people, it'll be the quads. For some, perhaps the glute. For some combination. And if this feels pretty intense for you, please stay here. But if you feel like you'd like to explore going a bit deeper, then inhale up tall. Keep that height, keep the chest lifted and the back straight and flat, and hinge only at the hips and come forward. Keep your gaze straight ahead. So I don't want you to curl downward, but hinge at those hips. And notice in doing this, how does that sensation change? let's just switch sides. Bring that other foot up across the thigh or put it on that support. Again, just stay right here at first. Keep it gentle at first. Notice maybe some differences between the two sides. And then again, if this is enough sensation for you, stay right here. Otherwise, inhale up tall. Stay lifted and straight. Hinge only the hips and come forward. For some people, it simply intensifies the same sensations. But for other people, sometimes the stretch moves to a different location as you come forward. Notice how it feels to you. Come on up and release. Release that foot down to the mat. And let's, now that we've loosened up the upper body and lower body, let's now put it together with some half sun salutations. Take the arms down and out. Inhale and lift way up out of the waist. Bring the palms together, bend the elbows, and take the hands behind the head. Inhale up tall. Flip those palms, reach way out as you exhale the arms down. Bring the hands to the thighs. Inhale up. And everybody, this first time, keep the hands on the thighs and just bend the elbows to come lower and find a stretch on the back body. Use the arms to press up and inhale. And then revisit that, simply bending the elbows, keeping the hands on the thighs. Press up and inhale. Let that breath go, and then take another sun breath. Inhaling those arms up tall, palms together, and just pull them down to heart center. All right, so that's a half sun salutation, right? With the modification of keeping the hands on the thighs in case anyone has some back tenderness, right? Some back issues. If that is you, continue to do it that way, okay? If your back is healthy, right, there is a way to go a little deeper. Inhale the arms up, lift tall out of the waist. Palms together, bend the elbows. Inhale up. Flip those palms, reach way out as you exhale down, hands to the thighs, right? People with a tender back, keep them there. Otherwise, inhale up. And if your back is strong, you can slide those hands down, bring that torso all the way down on the thighs and get floppy. Stay floppy on those thighs. Bring just the hands to the thighs. Press up with the arms, inhale tall. And then again, you can slide those hands down into a forward fold. Hands to the thighs. Press up and inhale. Everybody let that breath go, and then inhale the arms up in a big sun breath and pull it down to heart center. Nice. All right, let's come up and stand. Just right in front of the chair, you don't have to move anywhere. And take your feet about hip width apart, roughly parallel, right? Now, if you normally are toes out or toes in, leave it that way for now. And if you continue to practice for, the next 2 or 3 weeks, you can start to slowly bring them in a little bit at a time. Remember, all that musculature is adapted to your patterns, your habits. All right, lift one set of toes, spread them wide and put them down. Lift the other set, spread them wide and put them down. Bend the knees a little, only to straighten them again. Notice that pressing down brings you up. It's not so critical in this particular posture, but as we get to the warriors, that will be helpful. Engage the legs of the muscle, draw the tailbone down, belly button in, lift up out of the waist and lift through the very top of the head. And then the last thing, engage those arms and hands actively downward in mountain pose. All of the postures in yoga are called asana, and this one, the Sanskrit name, is actually easy to remember. Because as I do that last step of engaging the arms and hands actively, I think to myself, ta-da! And this is called Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Notice how this posture makes you feel. Think about the name, mountain pose, and why perhaps it was given that name. Keep all of this muscle activation, all this strength. With your next inhale, roll the thumbs outward. And slowly inhale the arms up overhead. And if you lifted the shoulders along the way, keep the arms long, but drop the shoulder blades. Stop with whatever spacing between those hands feels just right to you. Coming into tall mountain, called Talasana. Bring the palms together, interlace, extend the pointer fingers in steeple mudra. Inhale and lift way up out of the waist. And as you exhale, press your hips to your left. Let the hips lead and let the upper body respond, coming to the right. And then even out the weight over both feet. Coming into crescent moon, or what I call crescent moon. Most people call it half moon, but there's another posture called half moon. So I've changed. Keep that upper shoulder rolling back. Don't be tempted to take your gaze downward because the shoulder will come with it. Keep that gaze straight ahead. Inhale up to center. Release for a moment. Take another big inhale and lift out of that waist. As you exhale, press your hips to the right and simply let the upper body respond to the left. And again, even out the weight over both feet. Inhale up to center. Close your eyes. Release the clasp of the hands and let the arms come down slowly and feel the release of those muscles. Whoa. Nice. All right, open up and come behind your chair. I'll move mine forward a bit here so I have room. Let's turn to the side. Keep the hand on the chair, chest to the side direction. Step forward with your foot farthest from the chair. I actually like to take my foot kind of halfway off the mat or even a little farther. Step back with your foot closest to the chair, but don't step directly behind the other foot, right? You don't want to have one foot directly behind the other because it'll be hard to balance. So put a little horizontal space in between for a wider foundation. Bend the forward knee, put it right over the ankle, and inhale the outer arm up, nice and strong and tall. If your back's a little tender, you can put a little bend in that rear knee. And you can test your balance or stability in this posture, Warrior One, by coming to just a couple of fingers, or just one on the chair back. And stay here if this is enough, or if you seem pretty steady today, then maybe reach that other arm up nice and strong as well. Warrior One. Bring that hand back down to the chair back. Lift the rear heel. Take that lifted arm directly in front of you and then turn the hips to face the chair. And if you're steady, take the other arm out back in Warrior Two. Turn your head to face that forward hand. Now traditionally, the warriors have both palms down. It's just a quirk of my particular school. I learned thumb up, forward thumb up. But it's not structural, so play with it and decide what feels best for you. Nice. Now take that hand on the chair back again. Flip that forward palm upward. Inhale and reach up. And how far you reach is entirely up to you, right? If you go to Instagram, you're going to see everybody leaning way back. But if that is not comfortable for you, you can get the same side stretch by simply reaching tall. Exalted warrior, or sometimes called peaceful warrior. And your gaze does not have to be up at that hand. If your neck is tender, your gaze can be anywhere. Bring that arm down again. Bend it 90 degrees. Hinge forward and rest that arm down on the thigh. And turn the chest sideways. If your back is comfortable with it, right? That rotation, if someone has a back issue or some tenderness, can be something you don't really want to pursue, right? So find what works for you. And then if you're steady, maybe reach that upper arm forward, palm down. But you don't need to do this either. You can keep that hand on the mat, or on the chair rather, okay? And if you have a shoulder issue, right, you can just tuck the arm in, do that rotation. The arm can be anywhere, right? So honor what you need. And then to come out of this, press down in that forward foot to come on up. Turn the forward toes to the chair, and then turn the entire opposite direction. All right, hand on that chair. Step forward with your foot farthest from the chair. Step back with your foot closest to the chair, not directly back. Give yourself that horizontal space in between for a wider foundation. Bend the forward knee, put it right over the ankle, and then inhale the outer arm up energetically into Warrior One. And feel free to stay here if this is enough for you today. This is Warrior One. If you'd like to explore maybe a little greater challenge, come to 2 fingers on the chair back, maybe then to 1. See if you're a little wobbly. Stay here if you are. You can always grab that chair quickly if need be. Or if things feel solid today, then it's your choice to perhaps inhale that other arm up. Bring that hand onto the chair, lift the rear heel. Take the forward arm forward and turn the hips toward that chair. And then if you're steady, reach that other arm out in the opposite direction and turn to look at that forward hand in Warrior Two. Bring that back hand again to the chair back. Flip that forward palm and reach tall. Stretch that side body. Remember, you can reach straight up, nice and tall, or if it's comfortable, you can come back a little. You take the head downward, right, wherever the neck is most comfortable. And if you feel steady and balanced, you can take that hand off the chair back and slide it down that thigh close to the chair. And then bring the hand back. Bring that arm back down to parallel with the mat. Bend it 90 degrees. Hinge forward, rest it on the thigh, and turn the chest, rotating it. Right? And you can keep that hand on the chair for some steadiness, or maybe reach that arm forward, or modify for the shoulder. Right? Rest that arm anywhere it's comfortable. And remember, if your back is tender, don't rotate quite as far. Okay? To come out of this posture, press down in the forward foot to come on up. Take both pairs of toes toward the chair. And let's finish it with a nice long stretch of the back body and a modified downward facing dog. The hands on the chair back. Make sure you've got maybe 4 or 5 feet or so behind you. Walk your way back. Create about a 90-degree bend between the torso and the legs. Keep a little softness in those knees. Bring the head not quite to the arms, a little above them. Press back with the hips and reach forward with the hands. Nice long stretch of the back body and a modified downward facing dog. Now, once you're here and feeling safe, you can slowly and with awareness play a little bit with this posture. Maybe slowly straighten the legs and put more stretch there. Or maybe bend the knees more. Maybe even rounding the back to change the stretch there. Or come back to the original posture with just a bit of softness in the knees. And now let that head come down in between the arms and hang. And notice the stretch shifts to the shoulders. Bend the knees generously and walk forward. Nice, beautiful downward facing dog. All right, I'm going to take this chair back just a little bit and come to the side. And I'm actually going to move it over so I'm fully in the view of the camera. All right, face the chair seat. Step forward with your foot that's closest to the chair back. As far as the toes are just about, an inch or so underneath the chair seat itself. And then step back with the other foot. Okay, and you can have that foot flat and oriented maybe 45 degrees. Bend the forward knee, put it right over the ankle. Reach that forward hand over the chair seat. Reach the other hand out behind you. Coming into warrior two. And then slowly straighten that forward leg. Don't lock the knee. Keep it straight though, engage those muscles. Reach the body forward, just maybe 3 inches or so. And take that hand down in the chair seat and reach for the ceiling with the other to come into triangle or Trikonasana. And sometimes, if it's a tall participant, if they're more comfortable with something to bring that chair seat up a little higher. So if that's you, you can grab a yoga block or a fat book. And then to come out, bend that forward knee, press down to come up and back into warrior two. All right, and let's come to the other side of the chair. I'll move it this way to stay in view. And face the chair seat. Step forward with the foot that's closest to the chair back. Toes about an inch under that seat. Step back with the other foot. With the foot flat, toes at about 45 degrees. Bend the forward knee, put the knee right over the ankle. Reach that arm over the chair seat. Reach the other arm behind you. And warrior two. And then slowly straighten the forward leg. And again, don't lock the knee, right? But keep it straight. Consciously engage the muscles to do so. Reach the body forward. Take that hand down on the chair seat or onto the block or book. And reach that other arm straight up. And again, if you have a shoulder issue, this part is not as critical, right? It's really about the triangle shape made by the legs and the body. And then to come out of this, bend the forward knee, press down and come up. Beautiful. All right, let me just get recentered here, and let's come down and sit for some breathing. So get settled in again. I just use a block below my feet because I'm short. So find a situation that makes you comfortable so you can relax in Shavasana. Once again, ground downward. And once again, just very gently lift upward. Just anything that's not slouching, right? This can be a little less active, a little more comfortable. Invite your gaze back in and take a moment to notice how the physical body feels now after our practice. Take a moment to notice your breath now. If need be, again, slow your breath down. Draw your inhale down into the abdomen, inflate the belly, and fill from the bottom up. Notice the contact with the chair back behind you, the chair seat beneath you, and with a mat or rug or block beneath your feet. Feel their support. Know that you are supported. And allow yourself to completely let go. Simply settle in and breathe. Visualize and feel your breath moving on its path. Feel it enter through the nose, strike the back of the throat. Feel the sensations as the breath moves through the center of the chest. And feel it fill from the bottom up. Take your awareness to the very center of your chest. Notice that repeated flow of the breath. And in your mind's eye, begin to picture your lungs inflating as you inhale, deflating as you let that breath go. And with your next inhale, try to picture inside of the lungs all the little sacs and the blood being pumped there, picking up its load of oxygen, all the hemoglobin grabbing hold of its cargo. And then imagine that now oxygenated blood leaving the lungs, getting pumped upward, up to the collarbones, up into the neck, up to the jaw and the ears, up to the face, the cheeks, the nose, the eyes. That oxygen-rich blood reaching all the way up to the crown of the head. And everywhere it flows, picture it delivering that oxygen to each and every cell. Delivering oxygen for energy, oxygen for nourishment, oxygen for healing. Take your awareness again to the center of the chest. Picture more blood arriving at the air sacs. The hemoglobin again grabbing hold of the oxygen. Picture the oxygen-rich blood now getting pumped from the chest out to the shoulders, down the upper arms, reaching to the elbows, and then the forearms, reaching the wrists and the many bones and muscles of the hands, and flowing down to the very tip of each and every finger, and all along its route, unloading its cargo, its precious cargo of oxygen to each and every cell delivering oxygen for nourishment, delivering oxygen for energy, delivering oxygen for healing. Take your awareness to the center of your chest one final time. Again, find that visual of the blood arriving to the air sacs. The hemoglobin grabbing hold of the oxygen. And this time, picture that oxygen-rich blood being pumped downward from the chest cavity. First down into the abdominal cavity, nourishing each and every organ. Continuing down from there to the hips, the upper thighs, knees, lower legs, down to the ankles and the many bones and muscles of the feet, and flowing to the very tip of each and every toe, delivering its precious cargo to every cell along the way, delivering oxygen for nourishment, oxygen for energy, oxygen for healing. And by now, each and every cell in the entire body has been oxygenized. Try to imagine in your mind each cell starting to almost vibrate and shine with a new vibrancy, a new vitality. Notice again the contact with the chair back behind you, the chair seat beneath you, and with the support beneath your feet. Feel the support they provide, but now notice how much you have settled in. And allow yourself to do nothing but simply breathe. Understanding now its precious value and importance. Begin to bring a little awareness back. Begin to weave in a bit of subtle movement, small wiggle of a finger, tiny wiggle of a toe. Perhaps let the head just gently sway. And if it would feel welcome this morning as you reawaken the body, maybe extend the arms upward for a long stretch. Take simply 3 more breaths, long and slow. the bottom of your third exhale. No rush. Whenever you're ready, keep your eyes closed. Again, join me with your palms together in Anjali Mudra. Let's take a moment to remind ourselves of our intention for this morning's practice and to carry with us off the mat. Santosha means contentment. And while it's often a bit difficult to find true happiness, it's easier perhaps to find contentment. Things don't have to be quite as perfect. And yet the feeling of contentment can be very powerful in bringing some peace and ease. Adi Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace within, peace with others, and peace universally. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you're all doing well. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back here soon. Take care.